Aggies, I'm Miranda.
And I'm Aaries.
And it's that time of year again. As the warm weather approaches, we're hoping to hear some warm stories.
We're going to be going around Davis and asking fellow students about their love lives.
We're going to be asking about cute stories, favorite Davis dating spots, and more.
Are you ready, Miranda?
Yes, I am. Let's
go.
All right, Aggies, I'm here with
Jackie.
I'm Ellie.
Kathy.
I'm Lyra.
Maya.
Jericho.
Jack.
And I'm here with
Casper.
All right. Now, question number one. What is the best date spot in Davis?
Probably Arboretum. Walk along the Arboretum, maybe Mishka's after for a coffee or something like that. Yeah.
Pretty classy.
I'd say Blaze Pizza. Great to find out what kind of toppings people want. Also, I'm pretty well known in Blaze, so makes me look like a bit of a big name in Davis.
So I've never been on a date, but I think it'd be cool to go on a walk. I don't know, like the Arb.
You know, look, right now it's like springtime, so like the Arboretum looking real nice right now with all them flowers, all them ducks, all them animals. You already know. Picnic on the Arboretum, I gotta say, is like one of them.
Do you think it's better to be cuffed or single in college, and why?
I think it's better to be single because it's a time where you can grow as a person on your own and then also develop really strong friendships.
That's true. Less time like on another person and more time for yourself. Yeah.
Most people break up anyways, let's be real. So, I mean.
Shoot, I gotta say, like, single, just, even though I'm in a relationship. Oh, wait. Oh, I say it's better to be cuffed because you get that support system. You got someone to like talk to about like your problems, and like it's overall like just good to be with someone. Yeah.
That's real, y'all.
Like, yes, I want to be cuffed, but I don't know. I feel like single is just better because some people, they're in like really toxic relationships, and it like low-key reminds me of my parents.
I think it's a double-sided question. So I think for some people, when they are single, they can focus better on their academic accomplishment, but like for some people, maybe being with someone is better for their emotional health.
I think it's better to be single because relationships seem like a lot of drama and time. Not that I've ever been in a relationship, so.
What do you think being in love feels like?
Like feeling safe with the person and trusting them and knowing they feel the same way. I feel like that's what in love is. Like just knowing you can feel that the way you feel and they feel it similarly as well, I would say.
I don't know. I've never been in love, so. Actually, no, I have an answer now. You give me a minute to think. Love is sacrifice. So I think you really know you're in love or you love someone if you're willing to sacrifice for them.
I feel like it's whenever you see this person, you always feel like it's such a big happiness.
What is attractive in a person, and what's the best way to make a good first impression?
Okay, I think style is like really attractive. I'm not really like one to talk today, but
Lyra, I know you thrift, so you know it's really important.
Thrifting, super attractive. Like if you just hit the thrift all the time, and I think saving money is attractive. Like if you're just good at like not like a penny pincher, but if you don't buy like hype beast brands, I guess a lot of the time, but like do whatever is interesting to you.
I think attractive is based on like your personality and if you mesh with the person, so like that's very like dependent. But I think humor is always a good way to go. If you can make them laugh, you're doing good.
Not what I do. Try to be on time. I'm notoriously late, so I'd say try to be on time. And listen, share conversation, ask questions, be engaging.
I think just trying to be yourself, and I think that from that like flows like just good conversation. Definitely trying to get some laughs. I always think sometimes you can take things too seriously, and sometimes I've almost made jokes a bit too early into a first date, but I think also it's a good way just to like be human and engage.
What is the ultimate green and red flags in a relationship?
I'd say a red flag is like if they're just lazy. You gotta get a hustler. You gotta get on the ambitions, you know. And for me, a green flag would be communication. Communication is key in a relationship. Yeah.
For sure. You gotta be doing something out here.
Red flag probably doesn't spend enough time doing fun little things with the person in the relationship. You need to like go and do fun things together. You need to do what sparks joy. in the relationship. If that means like going to the park or like just singing, you should just feed each other's interests and like do what you want, what feeds the spark.
I think a green flag, to start off positive, is someone who's really honest and very loyal and true to their word. And then I think a red flag is the opposite, someone disloyal. And then someone who keeps to their word and their principles is definitely another green flag.
And then the final question is, how do you know you're in love?
I feel like it's kind of like a realization thing. Like when you're with them, you kind of look at them and you're like, oh, I don't feel this way towards anyone else, or I haven't felt this way towards anyone else. It's kind of a you thing. Like you always want to be with them and you want to talk to them and you tell them stuff you wouldn't tell other people.
Dang, you got me in my feels here, Maya.
Of course.
Maybe a little deep, but I guess like being okay to be like vulnerable with someone. I think that's like a big one for me, but I'm not sure I have a better answer than that, like off the fly. But I don't know, yeah, good feeling of like being okay, sharing things with someone, and being on a level that you feel like you can kind of just match each other's energy on deep conversations.
It's real.
I'd say for me it's like definitely like a different kind of energy to like not being in love, and I find sometimes it like moves really fast and it's really exciting, other times it moves slow and it kind of hurts. It's like definitely like out of like the normalcy, which is definitely good, but definitely has its trials as well.
All right, man, we're here at the silo, and I'm here with
Larry Greer,
and
the husband of Amy Clark.
And how do you know when you're in love?
When I'm in love, I'm like a man in a fuzzy tree, and it happened one big time in my life 37 years ago, a little over, and it was the person who wound up being my life partner. And oh my God, did it ever turn out? I mean, that's not to say that life didn't get complicated at times, and we have 2 boys now to show for that crazy love. But man, oh man, it's the best thing. 37 years later, there's still nothing better than those first few days that my dear life partner and I spent just climbing the walls, itching to get after each other.
What advice would you give to college students like me trying to find love here in Davis?
Trying to find love, wow. I guess one thing I would say is you need a couple of practice people before you get to the real deal. So before me and I don't mean to be too practical about this, but I'm telling you, man, by the time I met my wife, I'd had a couple of different longish-term relationships that taught me how to do it.
What's the secret to a long-lasting relationship?
The thing is that I think a lot of it's luck. I think you got to find the person who's really deeply meant for you. That was true of my wife. I mean, we had some rocky patches, but ultimately, deepest down you can get, we were crazy meant for each other. But the other thing I would say, in the reading I've done, so now when I do reading about what romantic relationships are all about, I read it not to figure out what I can do to get that, because I already got it. So what I do is I read that information to see what I did right by accident. And so what I did right was I hooked up with somebody who had the same values that I had, just really deep down, and not just values, but needs. And so my wife needed somebody to help her repair the that went down in her childhood. And I think, you read a lot of Freudian stuff, and not just Freudian, but other psychological stuff. And really, life's about fixing what happened when you were little. And if you can find the person that helps you do that, then you're money.
Well, that was it for our fellow students' love lives. How you feel about that, Miranda?
It was such a heartfelt experience. I feel like I learned a lot.
Same here. I definitely learned a lot. Well, what do you think about all these stories? Do you have something interesting to tell us yourself? Let us know in the comments below. Anyways, in the meantime, I'm Aaries.
And I'm Miranda. And
Stay tuned for all things Aggie.